hopefully that some people will take from me some information while I... Can you have it?
Why are you here?
Can I give you some information? Why I'm here? I'm here because people are oppressed for years and years. They're oppressed terribly, they are tortured, they are in prison for no reason. Their land is stolen. What's going on here, what's going on there right now, it is a pogrom. I mean, they just destroy everything they can. I collected so far 10 people from the age of 7 till 27, I think. No, the oldest 35 that were killed just last month. I mean, from May 15th until now. Shooting in their heads and their chest.
Why is it important to be in Union Square explaining these conditions?
Every place. I would like American people to know what's going on. I mean, only if American people will wake up, this terrible thing can stop.
And how long have you felt that way, that Americans have to wake up? And what will make that happen?
Always. I mean, without America, that cannot happen. I mean, it's American money, it's American weapon. America and Israel, they collaborate in testing their weapons on Palestinians.
Yes.
And without America, it won't happen.
Am I right? Carl told me that you had been living in Israel till not long ago, and that you moved partly to be doing just what you're doing right now.
No, I moved because I got sick of what was happening there, and I'm too old to climb the hills and to go to protect Palestinians. I used to do it, but I cannot anymore. That's it.
Did that, when you were doing that, did that allow you to feel that you were doing something important?
I don't know important, but something for people.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm humane.
Yes.
And I want to do for people. The Palestinians are not terrorists. I mean, I have here a friend. You could look for Yusuf.
Okay.
Yusuf is from Palestine. Such a sweet guy. I wish the settlers would learn from him how to be humane.
Yes.
So,
when you make your outreach here, how long have you been in the United States?
Oh, it was very difficult for me until I found finally the Jewish Voice for Peace. I was trying to find a place to do something meaningful.
Yes.
So finally I found them and I joined them.
But how long have you lived in the United States?
Well, it's a kind of complicated story. I lived in Connecticut long ago in the 80s.
Okay.
And I moved back a year and a half ago.
I see. And in your outreach, how much of it is targeted at American Jews, and how much is just Americans?
This is the main target, the American Jews, because
Why?
they do such a harm. They think they are patriotic for Israel. They don't understand that they are fooled by the Zionists. There is no connection between Judaism and Zionism. The Zionists just use Jews. Jews are so naive, they think they protect Israel. They don't know what Israel is. Israel is a monster.
And how, I understand what you're saying because I study the question. When you deal with a Jew, an American Jew who's surprised by what you just said, what do you do to try to convince them of your way of thinking? What do you tell them?
You know, I have a dear friend, very smart. She's 92 now. She used to be communist. She was not a Zionist.
She was a Zionist.
She was not.
Oh yeah.
She was not. But, and I told her everything was going on, and she was shocked. But when I touched 48, she said, are you going to tell me that 48 was not right? I mean, people don't know the facts.
Yeah.
People don't know what was going on in the 40s. People don't know that the Zionists didn't care about the Holocaust. They were nationalists. They wanted only They wanted only the young people to come and to join the army.
But stay in that story. When you touched 48, what happened in that interaction?
Well, it was hard for her, and she's very old, and she had a stroke, because I have to explain her what happened in the 40s.
Yes.
I mean, it started in the 30s. It is colonialism.
Yes.
What is it?
But what confidence do you have that you will change people's minds about this question in the next? You don't have confidence?
No.
Why not? What are you doing out here if you don't have confidence?
I do.
Why don't you go home? What?
I'm nothing. I do not. I mean, what I do is so. I mean, if I only could do much more.
I'm sorry if I'm getting in your way.
I said if only I could do more.
Do you think Americans are going to wake up to these facts that you are describing?
Everyone, there is so.
This is. I can't say even this is my hope. I can say only this is my wish. I wish. I can't pray because I don't believe in God. So who do I pray to?
Yes.
But I wish. This is my husband. He's happy to take photos of me and then to put on Facebook and to show how his wife is such a traitor against Israel.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, if my husband wasn't with my ideas, we couldn't stand together.
Yes, of course. What about your children?
Okay, now, first of all, we have two daughters.
Yes.
That they taught us.
Oh, they did.
Shall I tell you that I was Zionist? Shall I tell you
Yes.
that? I want to, to hit myself.
Now, how long ago were you a Zionist?
Shall I tell you?
Yes.
Until 2008. Can you believe it?
Wow.
I mean,
so if it happened,
I think
excuse
about
me.
myself, I hate myself.
Yeah, no, please. Is your name Tzvia? Is that right?
Tzvia.
Tzvia. Okay, Tzvia. Let's say, what were you, 50 in 2008?
64.
Okay. In 2008, you were 64?
Yeah.
Okay. So you went 64 years as a Zionist, and then something happened. Why can't it happen all over this world, all over this country? Why doesn't that give you confidence?
Well, I lived in Jerusalem. I mean, I can tell you, I can non-stop telling you my story, how I realized. I mean, you see, I was left.
Yes.
I wanted peace.
Of course.
Two states for all this nonsense. Okay?
Yeah.
67 nonsense. Yeah. I lived in Jerusalem. In Israel, in Palestine, thank you. In Palestine, the population, in fact, is half and half.
Yes.
If you take the citizens, the Arab citizens and the Palestinians, it's half and half. Can you imagine? All my life in Israel, I never had an acquaintance, a neighbor, a friend that is Palestinian.
Never.
Never.
Up till when? What time? Never ever?
2008.
Yes.
2008, they started to kick out Palestinians from their homes in the community, Sheikh Jarrah.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Well, I will make it a little shorter. I went to Sheikh Jarrah demo.
Yes.
This was the first time in my life that I spoke to Palestinians like I speak to you now.
No.
Yes. I mean, we were afraid from Palestinians. They are different. They can do you some harm.
So you're saying in 6 years you've come to this awareness after so much ignorance in your life.
So, like a baby.
You are a bad person.
Like a baby.
I was teasing you then.
Like a baby, I started to go every place I could, every speech, every talk,
yes,
every tour, everything to read. I was so hungry.
Yes.
And then I joined. There is the Tayyush people.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Tayyush people, I joined them mistaken. I didn't know who they were, but I signed up because I I like adventures, and they
Yeah.
went to South Hebron Hill, so I went to them on Saturday.
Yeah,
And since then, every Saturday, I
in the
went
Hebron
there.
Hills. Yeah.
And from them I learned the most.
Okay. I'm running out of battery. I want to ask you one last question. If you were a smart person, you were on the left. You were 64 and you didn't understand these things. How do you explain that you were so indoctrinated? You're a smart person. You're independent thinking.
Because I am smart, but the Zionists are genius. The way they do it, the way people still believe that Israel is David and the Palestinians are Goliath and they are the terrorists, they're genius.
Okay.
I mean,
To be continued. Can I have more conversation with you down the road?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you so much.